Why did he have a go at the Treasury in those closing remarks?
Well, it was an extraordinary moment, and I think historians will, in years to come, look back at the last decade. David Cameron, the coalition, Cameron's victory, the referendum, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, a tumultuous decade. And I think what you saw there, actually, was Boris Johnson, to the end, a controversial, colourful, charismatic figure who's burst so many bubbles in British politics, including, in the end, his own. And I think at the end there was genuine recognition that he's been a change maker. He did break through and get that Brexit stalemate broken. I think he did help to make sure we came out of the lockdown more quickly, and he did, I think, most significantly, really stiffen the Western allies on Ukraine. I thought the Treasury point was very interesting, and I think one of the things that's come through this leadership challenge, actually, has been that Kemi Badenoch, Liz Truss, Penny Mordaunt have all said, look, we can't run an agile entrepreneurial economy by giving all the power to the Financial Control Department. And I think if you think of the UK economy as a business, the Treasury is the Financial Control Department. And people are talking about how we get growth.
George, you've been very lovely. So he was just thinking about the instruments of government going forward, not a dig at Rishi. OK, we'll take that. We'll take that. Rosie, I can't remember too much about what Keir Starmer said, but I guess it was classy to start by wishing Boris Johnson well, wishing his wife well, his family, all the best for the future. That's politics at its best.
Absolutely. That's what you come to expect from Keir Starmer. Always gracious and polite, you know, and that sort of banter between them sometimes gets quite heated, but they're both, I think, largely respectful of each other, and I think that came across.
George, can I bring our viewers into a confidence? Because during Prime Minister's Question Time, you were not watching as carefully as you might have been because you were on your phone, you're a big supporter of Penny Mordaunt, you've even got the badge, you were disappearing off.
Busted.
You were obviously plotting. Bring us the latest. What's going on in Team Penny?
Busted, totally busted. Yeah, well, actually, I wasn't plotting. I was reaching out to a lot of Conservative MPs are saying to me, look, I've voted for someone else until now. Today we picked two. Rishi looks nailed on. Rishi and Penny would be a much more positive contest this summer. And I think, I don't want to put you, Rosie, on the spot, but I think that Penny's the one that our opponents would fear most.
I think you're probably right. I mean, obviously, Rishi gave away lots of money during COVID, but I think it's same old, same old. And I think, you know, Penny's a bit more of an unknown and a bit more of an uncertain kind of gamble for us. And everyone knows Keir and the party, and we do need to be a bit more hard-hitting and a bit more dynamic, I think, if we're going to gain if Penny gets that.
People, you know what the criticisms, though? I mean, Penny's coming for a lot of attacks. People say she lacks work ethic. People say she's too woke to be Prime Minister.
There have been some very personal, pretty vicious attacks. I have to say, you know, you may agree with this, there's a lot of misogyny in British politics, and she's been the breakthrough woman. She's broken into the cosy club. Yeah. I've never seen, and David Davis said to me, he's never seen vitriol like it. The Daily Mail for 3 days, literally, it wasn't sort of the odd report on somebody doesn't agree with her. It was vicious, personal, undermining her credibility. I mean, she wouldn't have been put in cabinet by 3 prime ministers, in government by 3 prime ministers, served in 2 cabinet roles. And I think, you know, she's held second place the whole way through, gaining numbers. You hear it here first. I think, I mean, I come from a racing family. I think Rishi, as they turn around Tattenham Corner in the Derby, Rishi's in the lead, Penny right on his tail. Liz Truss came with a bit of a charge yesterday. I think you're going to see Penny Mordaunt and Rishi cross the line today because the Conservative Party wants a good contest this summer, not what we saw the other night on television.
It can't be like that. I think that there has been fair criticism of Penny Mordaunt and her views on women's rights, but I think she's explained all that away. And it is true, the misogyny basically means that women are treated differently. Rishi is seen as this upstanding, kind of, you know, competent man, and women are often smeared with this thing of being silly or incompetent or, you know, not up to the job. I mean, Nadine Dorries is an example. We often sort of laugh at her as being stupid.
I think it's really terrible, actually. Absolutely. I think the treatment of Nadine Dorries is her DCMS role, but yet we treat her as though she's sort of intellectually inferior. And I think it is largely a class issue as well as a sexism issue.
I think that's right. One of the things that really struck me first about Penny, I set up this thing called the Big Tent Festival. It's an outreach event to bring politicians together. Lots of cabinet ministers came. They all want to speak. Penny was the only one who said, I'm here to listen. She sat at the back of the leadership summit, and I then said, OK, well, you can speak to everyone at the end of the leaders' summit, and she spoke brilliantly. We need an MP, a Prime Minister who listens as well as talks.
Is she going to make it? Because
very
MPs are
close.
starting to vote in about 6 minutes.
It's very close.
It's very close.
And it's a race for that second slot. I'm confident Penny will just sneak it, but she may just lose it. If any MPs are watching, I hope you'll do the right thing and make sure we get a good contest this summer.